discussion on library's budget?
We need to add a line item for electric.
Okay, yep.
The fairest way to, just so the library knows, we took the square footage of what space you occupy, and then that's the percentage of the electric bill that you'll be charged.
Do we have an estimate of what that would look like for us?
Every month's different. I can't tell you a true
Just
number.
the general
We'll be able
idea.
to track it this next year,
Okay.
so we'll have a better number.
I can't give you a true number.
No, I understand, I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, I have no idea what.
I'm gonna say $100 a month.
It's a reasonable lady, $100 a month.
I'm just throwing
Yeah, no,
that
I know
number
that.
out there. I have no idea. Taking a guess.
Did our garbage increase quite a bit?
You what?
Did our garbage increase? It was 20 that we had budgeted, like the previous year, but we put here,
Well, you get half of what the garbage bill is here.
so we.
I don't know what the garbage bill is for here. Right.
It's
Looks like we're
40 something.
somewhere around $40 a month is what we're
Good.
probably allocating there.
Because I had the bill here, I can show you, but I think it's, you'll have to get that number. So. Because if you guys sign that document or that I think you're gonna sign or approve, you know her wages are gonna go sky high. Because you're gonna give her insurance and that's gonna be $500, $600 a month. So according to what, that ain't included in this, so.
Are you talking on the handbook?
Yeah.
She would be exempt from handbook because she doesn't,
Anyway, it reads,
because of hours.
the way I read it, that she'll be entitled to that.
I think she is, I think she
It
holds
was appointed, but didn't we take that out?
I don't know what the way theirs is gonna read,
Okay.
because the way I read it when I went to the attorneys, I think she'll,
She's still working on it, I talked to her this week.
so, I don't know.
Because that's definitely not the intention. The intention, we were under the impression that it would fall under
Okay.
exempt.
Well, I'm just throwing that out there. If that's the way it was,
No,
your budget's gonna be way out of whack, and I don't think you're gonna get that kind of money.
So we'll have to check that when it comes back.
Yeah,
yeah,
you'll just have to double check it when it comes back to the attorney.
no, that sounds great, thanks.
Okay.
Any other discussion on library? A year ago, we did cut their budget quite a bit, cut it down to 36,000. And then we had a pretty small increase up to 39,000 this year. Like go back to 23, we spent 59,000 on the library that year. So,
Right.
so we have really cut the spending
Now,
there.
when you're spending half your
And tax.
tax dollars.
Right.
We didn't factor the electric into this amount, just throwing that out there.
Guess you'll just have to cut your budget a little bit,
You might have to trim like
Trim a
some of
little
the
bit.
stuff that you purchase.
because actually, I don't know about anybody else, but I mean, you're almost to where fire and rescue is. And they save lives. So, I would never vote for any more money than that.
To help them with that, can we get some type of an estimate from this last year, electric per year, just to kind of give them?
We just put the meters in a month and a half ago, or a month ago, so.
Well, we can take the number total and take it by the percentage, right? The number total on our expense, our electric expense per year. We can take
This
the total.
last bill's 43,000. So I can't tell you a true number from this bill. We'll be able to tell when we take the next reading. But,
Maybe in a couple of weeks.
right, I think the 24th, I'm gonna read.
Down at library?
I am, Vales,
What was the final number then?
on the sheet,
We don't,
39, 220.
You don't have anything for us, other than what we submitted, so.
Yeah, we just went with what you guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
we gave you what you asked for.
Page 8 is the rescue. The Department of Revenue, the rescue Department of Revenue is down quite a bit this year. Only about $3,500 despite the budget for next year. I'm not sure why our revenue was down so much. Was there a billing issue?
I switched billing company.
It's changed, but I don't,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're keeping on top.
Okay. Yeah, we might just need to look into that to figure out maybe what we do with collections or
I know in years past, one year, we had a spike in revenue.
Yeah, a year ago, our revenue was only up to 26,000. The 2 years before that was 15,000 and 14,000.
And every once in a while, they run more calls and more people pay their bill. Traditionally, 74 to 78% of people pay their bill, or insurance companies.
The collections on those just aren't that good.
And, and then all of a sudden, the 1 year I had to do a deep dive into it, and like 88% of people paid their bill. I said, why? I don't know. So there's, I'll check into that and see.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be fluctuations, but through July, we were down to $2,900 of actual collections, which based on even the lowest year in the past of 14,000 seems awfully low. So you might just look into that and see if we're just not getting anything collected or if there's an issue with billing.
We're spending a lot.
As far as budget expenses, we've got just about 20,000 budgeted. It's just the normal operating expenses. A year ago, we did budget 10,000 our new capital outlay. And I don't have anything budgeted for that this year. I don't remember off the top of my head what we had budgeted at 10,000 for. Is that something that we want to just leave in each year?
Yeah, because every now and then they've got to do different devices because they're only good for so many years in the medical field.
Right.
It don't hurt to have that.
Okay, so we'll put that 10,000 back in. That would just make your budget up to 29,900, which is just a little bit more than what it was a year ago.
Are we gonna split the electric and the fire or something?
I don't know if it's, well, there's two ways to look at it. I would encourage maybe like 75-25 as far as that
Because
goes.
they've got one piece of apparatus in the bays where.
But fire supports rescue.
Right.
I would encourage that at 75-25.
Yeah, I agree.
There any new building improvements need to be done over there? That need to be
Not
done?
that I know of.
Fine.
The HVAC system's relatively new.
Well, they just put it.
Seventeen.
1,700.
Like that, yeah.
It's lower, but
Only thing I can say is tables and chairs over there, they're getting kind of old or.
They need a good wash in their lifetime plastic tables
Are they
like these are.
Okay.
They need a good wash.
like good on rest.
Next page is park and rec. We do have 50,000 budget for grant proceeds and 50,000 for capital improvements. And that was maybe for the new concession storage building. So they had a note for a $50,000 match to,
Match grant, was it?
yeah. So,
Is that true? Yep.
Yes, that was specifically for matching with the grant application. Because last year we applied for the conceptual design grant and we did not get it, but they did say that we were like one of the last, like we were like, it was us or another one. So they highly encouraged us to apply. So we want to be able to capitalize on using conceptual design and then going for grants for a new concession stand building and be able to utilize both at the same time.
Not a 50-50 grant.
Like something like that, yes. Jim did say that there was one specific thought that you wanted to go towards for the building, and I do have some plans of like some ideas that we have kind of pulled if you wanna see those, but something along those lines, you know, don't know what we'll get, but
Right.
having money set aside for it helps with.
So it was gonna be the building would be 50,000, that's how much would the grant?
Well, I'm not sure how much we would get with the grant, but being able to tell them we have 50,000 set aside
Okay.
will help us get it. They might cover the entire part of the building, but we might have to cover those costs up front and then get the reimbursement for it.
So the building could be 100,000.
Yes. So we may have to supply more than that, but being able to tell them that we have 50,000 set in our budget already, it makes it more likely that we'd be able to fulfill the grant application.
And then the rest of the stuff they had about 20,000 for operating, Greenwood funding, initiatives, revolving park projects, equipment repair, food replacement, and then 8,000 for infield pay materials. So that's good between the Greenwood days, the park and rec, and the repair and maintenance for the rest of it.
Because last year we put in 13.5 for capital outlay, so we're not really using that, correct? Like, so that's.
Correct.
So.
So you guys did receive a $50,000 grant this year?
No.
What was that?
It's like in October, they got the money, always for fall, that Justin applied for,
Okay,
that money came in after.
so that was money that we already spent.
Yes.
Okay.
We paid it for it up front, and we finally got the money back from the tourism grant.
Okay, so it just took a while to get that.
Right. Because after it was done, then it was like 3 months later, then you had to take pictures and have them come in, take pictures with the tourism people.
Okay.
So it was after October.
Okay. So any other discussion on Park and Rec, are you okay with their basically $20,000 operating budget?
We've already, just so you know, in the infield clay material, we've already approved that, so I don't think we need that 8,000 in there. We're just waiting for it to come in, so I think we can take that 8,000.
So that'll get paid for this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think we had to lay it twice this year, correct? We did it at the beginning, like towards the beginning of the year, and then we had to refresh
Right.
it.
So you'll get some more, because we've already approved that, we just haven't got it yet, so.
Okay,
So
so then we would be able to save that for next year.
So next year, you can put that in for
Back in.
your budget. Because we're gonna put some on this fall, that's gonna be good through next year.
Okay,
Because we've
I just
already,
wanna make sure it's gonna be enough, because we had to lay it twice this spring,
this kind of
so
stuff
we
you've got to
laid-
put every other year or so. Because it's just the way it is.
So we didn't do the year before.
We put down this, we've put down 3 times.
So you guys should.
Okay. I thought that we had already spread at the beginning of this spring, and then we would do it again, so I just wanna make sure we have enough to do it 2 times a year if we have to.
You don't need to use this stuff 2 times a year.
Once.
We're basically doing it next year's now.
Right, this fall.
So you're
Because
we're
we've
a year
already-
ahead on it, so we don't have to budget again. We shouldn't have to do it again next year.
No.
Unless you would do it in the fall for the next year.
Mark can contest that even big fields, I mean, that play hundreds of games, they don't do it that much. This stuff is, am I correct?
This stuff, yeah, it's designed to sit on top and not be. You incorporate it the first couple times and it just sits on top. Does that make sense?
Because it absorbs water.
So what we have coming in will be on 26 budget, not 27.
Correct. So you can take that 20,000 down to 12.
Okay. Page 10 is the street, the highway allocation is about 102,000. all the sales tax for the village goes in there, that's about $130,000. We have about $20,000 of interest that goes there. Expenses, wages, about $30,000. We budget $20,000 a year for repairs and maintenance. So far this year, we didn't have anything for repairs. In the past 3 years, we haven't spent more than $500, so $20,000 is more than enough. We budget $5,000 for rock, gravel, and salt, $10,000 for supplies, which this year we spent $1,500. Contract labor, this year we spent $28,000. We got $30,000 budget for next year. Capital improvements, we have $200,000 budgeted for next year. And that's the $200,000 that we budget each year for tree work we normally don't do. And then the bond payment is about $36,000 in principal and interest. So even with the $200,000 capital improvement budgeted, we still have a $92,000 deficit. So putting all that sales tax in there is really building up some taxes. So we're starting to get to the point where we can do some street work.
We're gonna spend some money here the next week.
Okay.
Well, we think, right?
So is the $200,000 next year enough?
Yes.
Okay. Page 11 is the Keno. Revenue about $10,000. Keno expense I have budgeted $10,000. Community betterment $5,000, so it's about $5,000 deficit. So we've got a little bit of money there that we can use for community betterment type projects, but $80,000 is what we have to do next year. Page 12 is the CDA bond. The TIF proceeds this year is about $85,000, next year should be about $67,000. Interest about $40,000. And I didn't have it budgeted, but I'll add it. We have a $38,000 bond payment this year and next year. This year we had $2 million accumulated that we need to figure out what we need to do with. We really should be sitting on $2,000 in there, or $2 million.
We're gonna address that here very shortly.
Okay. Page 13 is the electric. The metered sales this year about $586,000. Budgeted $575,000. Sales tax about $37,000 a year. But we had offsetting expense down below that. Wages were about $30,000. The purchase of electricity this year is about $436,000. Budgeted $450,000 next year. We have $32,000 budget for repairs. Only spent about $22,000 this year. Supplies, we budgeted $15,000, spent $2,400 this year, $3,500 a year ago. Contract labor.
It'll probably be 15 minutes or so, Carl.
Okay. Contract labor spent about $22,000 this year, we got $35,000 budget next year. Basically, guys, a break even is $400 deficit in electric. We haven't been budgeting any capital outlay or improvements too much. Do we need to throw something in the budget for that?
Yeah, I was looking at, there's a couple projects here in town that need to be addressed. One of them, I'm gonna say is about $15,000 worth, and the other one is probably about $20,000 worth.
I haven't put in 50.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anything else on electric or? Page 14 is water. Water sales this year about $150,000, budget $150,000 next year. Expenses, wages were about $38,000. Repairs and maintenance. We spent about $7,900 this year. We got $20,000 budgeted for next year. Contract labor, spent $8,500 this year, have $10,000 budget for next year. Right now, we've got $52,000 surplus for next year, and I don't have any equipment or improvements budgeted, so do we need to add anything to that water?
Yeah. We just talked about, we need to get some meters, so we need about 60,000. We wanna put anything else for for the well company, just in case there's testing they need to do, so maybe have it put in 100.
I was just saying,
I do.
Yeah, probably.
I got 100. Capital outlay.
Okay.
Cause all our meters are starting to get old, tired.
Okay. Last one is the sewer. Projected sewer fees this year is $131,000, budget $130,000 for next year. Wages are about $30,000 a year. Repairs and maintenance, they've killed us the last 2 years. A year ago, we spent $63,000. This year, we're about $65,000. Budget next year is $40,000. I did up that. We budgeted $25,000 for this year, so I did up that to $40,000 for next year.
We redid our sewer plant one side, then the next year we did the other side. That's why it's so high the last 2 years.
Okay.
But we're gonna need a couple, blower motor for sure. That's 4,000. I would say capital outlay, I'd say 20, just to be safe. I mean,
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I had a note in here too, some other repairs around there too. Fencing, the other stuff need to be updated around there to compliance.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'd say 20,000 for capital outlay.
Okay. Do we need to, so the repairs, I have that from 25 to 40, do we need to, can we drop that back down to 25, or does that need to stay? I mean, if the 2 years are pretty.
Oh, yeah, you can drop that down.
Okay, yep, so we'll cut that back.
Yeah, I'd say 25, then you can add that capital outlay.
Okay.
Yep.
Then contract labor, this year we were projected about 45,000, not 50,000 budget for that. And then the debt service on the loan is about 17,000 a year, so. Any other discussion on the sewer?
I think that's all we have for that.
Okay. I think that is all I have for you. Thank you to the library for getting their budget turned in, and Parks and Rec for getting their budget turned in, so we have those. Anything else?
Good,
All right.
thank you. You submit us a bid for doing the audit.
Have I?
I think it's in.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be. You
Yep.
should have that.
All right, thanks. Workshop at 6:54.